to Coop's house.
What he said.
Yes! It's 2022. Thank God 21's over.
Yeah, first day too.
It's terrible. I feel bad for those of you who said 21's going to be my year.
No, that's 20.
You need to raise your standards.
No, that was 2020, round 2.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So, we're back on Squarebody today. So last week, we got a bunch of parts ready to go back onto the Cummins motor, but we didn't get very much done.
Yeah, we ran out of time.
Yeah, we ran out of time. It was Christmas. And so we just didn't do a whole lot last week.
Yeah, so we're going to continue on and get this ready for some body work.
Yeah.
Owie.
Yeah. So, Hunter is going to do some powder coating today on the turbo piping, valve covers, a few other parts like that. So then I am going to go ahead and remove all the glass, take the headliner out, and get ready to start on body work for this thing. Probably not going to do any body work this week, but we're setting up for next week.
Definitely setting up for next week.
Yeah.
Because we only have like 2 days together.
Yeah, true that. And we have Chevelle stuff to do.
We
So,
do have Chevelle stuff.
that being said, we can't afford to waste any time, so we're going to get to work right now. Alright, so we got the sun visors down, headliner out, front glasses out, back glasses out. We took the back glass out because it's a crew cap. We're not going to be able to reach back and slide the back glass anyway. So we're just going to go with a solid pane back glass. I went ahead and removed the rear trim and the 3x3 badging because we want to debadge this truck anyway, minus a couple of badges that we're going to put on the fender. So yeah, so one thing I'm going to have to do is weld up these little holes where the studs went through to mount some of this stuff too, so I'll weld those up, grind them down, do body work. But basically we're almost to the point of being able to pull the cab, get the body work done, and get this thing painted to put it back on the frame. We want to go ahead and paint it off of the frame and then put it on so that everything is painted. So basically we're going to paint this truck in pieces and then put it together. But anyway, yeah, so before we can do that, I'm going to have to clean out the inside. So I've got some stuff to clean up here. And yeah, once that's done, we'll get this thing pulled off of here. Probably not today because I've got to recruit some help. But anyway, yeah, so let's get to work cleaning up. Alrighty guys, so the cab is clean-ish. The inside wiring's still in there. There's a couple parts in there I'm going to have to get out, but it's clean enough I was able to identify my problem areas. So floors are solid. There's no rust in the floors anywhere, so that makes me happy. There are some minor areas we're going to have to patch, most of which are over here on the passenger side. You can see right here in the kick panel,
There's some rust in there. It goes all the way through, and it goes up to about right here somewhere. So no biggie. We'll cut that out, put a piece of metal in there, weld it in. Other issue is right where the heater box mounts. There's a little bit of rust there in the firewall. You can see that. So we'll cut all that out. We'll take a wire wheel, we'll clean all this seam sealer out. But we'll cut all this out, put a new piece of metal in there, weld it. It'll be good and solid. Right here on the top of the rocker panel, got a little rust spot that goes all the way through, right there. And it kind of took out this lip too. This is where the weather strip seats, so we'll have to build that little lip back up. Only other major issue is right here. The cab was hit with something that ended up puncturing the shell, so I'll take a couple of studs, put there, pop it out, and I'll get it close, and then I'll just weld this up. We'll grind it down, do our body work, and we'll be good there. We're going to shoot the bottom of the cab and the inside of the cab with a Raptor liner. We're going to have carpet inside, but I do want to shoot it with something to kind of help protect it and to get rid of this red paint. So I'm going to shoot that with a Raptor liner. But yeah, a little bit of patchwork. And then we'll do what body work we can see, but then we'll prime this thing, guide coat it, block it out, and then we'll be ready to paint it. We're going to paint this thing off the frame. We're going to paint this thing pretty much in pieces so that we won't miss anything. Anyway, yeah, not too far off. We'll get this thing set back on here, bolted down, and never have to take it off again. That's going to be fantastic. But in the meantime, we got a few parts that we need to put on, but basically, our powder coat's going to have to be done before we can put it on, like, injector lines, things like that. I can't put the oil spout on because the water pump's in the way, but lucky for me, I have to replace the water pump anyway, so it's going to have to come off. But I should have put that back on before I put the timing cover back on, but whatever. So, anyway, I'm going to shut up. We're going to finish up sandblasting, shoot some powder, and start putting some parts back on this motor. So, here we go.
Okay, well, I got the glass changed out. You can see somewhat through. We've actually used this glass before. I guess Brandon changed it out, but yeah, this was what was in it originally. It looks like a frosted glass for a shower. But yeah, we got that changed out. We got some fine, actual commercial grade sand. Some fine sand. We've been using play sand, and that one kind of got wet, so we can't use that one. But we're going to change it out and use this and see just how well this works. Plus, it's $6 for a 100-pound bag compared to the money we spent for 50-pound bags of play sand. But yeah, I'm going to sift it, make sure we get all the big impurities out of it, and then we should be good. Alright, well, I'm not a professional by any means, but I'm still learning and stuff like that. Some of these parts that curve like this, that's got a spot that doesn't let things fall off. You can see where it built up real bad. It got super heavy, and the rest is kind of alright. There's some spots that I missed, like that right there, and then like stuff like this, but that's going to be covered up, like right through there. But yeah, this is called pearlized violet. It's white with a pearl, like a violet pearl in it. It's flaked, as you can see, but it's nice. I'm still learning, like I said. So I'm about to clear these real quick and see how they turn out afterwards.
Alright guys, so we didn't get a whole lot done this week. Got a little bit of powder coating done. Got a few things put back on the motor. Got the cab ready to come back off. So not a big week, not a big episode. But basically we're setting up for next week. Because next week the cab's coming back off. We're starting body work and getting ready to get this thing in primer.
Yes. And we still got to powder coat some valve covers and some small parts, but other than that, it's simple.
Yeah. So basically that's our hold up now with putting the motor the rest of the way together. All that stuff has to be powder coated because every part that we have to powder coat, it seems like something else goes over the top of it.
Yeah.
So anyway, we appreciate you guys tuning in, hanging out with us for a few minutes. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and leave us a comment. Help get our video on the suggested page, because without you guys, we're not going to get there.
Oh, and I was looking, it's like 61% of people are not subscribed.
Yeah, so if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe so
It's
that you can
free.
see our videos from later on.
Yeah, what do you say?
All right, guys, we appreciate y'all. Happy New Year, and we will see you next week.
Peace.
Deuces.